for me.
Regular basis, come on,
What do you
not
define
regular.
define you?
That's
so regular.
You're
Because I
answering
go
my.
out there.
So there you
but
go.
I don't know
There's
your
your
answer.
I got my answer. Okay.
It usually comes to me.
Right. That's ready to
Demonstration.
We'll demonstrate how to use the site, and we'll help you think about how it can fit into your business plan. After all, that's why we're here, right? We're here to build our businesses, and skillful use of the WPN site can be part of a winning strategy. And since you've paid for a membership, you may as well get the full benefit of being part of this dynamic group of professionals. This website is a platform that you can use to build your digital presence, and it's an educational tool that will increase your knowledge of topics like networking and branding, two important factors of being successful in business. This is especially important for anyone who does not already have her own website or Facebook business page, because the WPN site can become your digital home. Once you become comfortable using this site, you may feel encouraged to sign up on other social networks and venture out into the larger online world. I would like to begin with the social aspects of the site. Like Facebook, this is a social media site where you can connect with friends, post status updates, share photos, and promote events or products. You will get out of the site what you put into it. And you need to have friends in order to have a steady stream of information available to you. That's what you see when you first log on to the page. There's Marjorie.
Yay.
You can add friends by clicking on a member's picture, which will take you to her page. Then right below the name, I don't know if you can see it right there, you will see add as friend. And once you click on that, she will receive your friend request. Once the other person accepts your friend request, it will show up on your page. We should, at minimum, befriend the other ladies in this group right here. And then once you start visiting the other chapters, because I know we're all visiting other chapters, right? You can reach out to those ladies as well. This will give you a foundation to start sharing information and making contacts. It's the home page. When you first visit the website, you'll be on the welcome page, which includes the mission statement and news. There is a welcome message in the green box, and it will mention your name and say, here are a few things you can do right now. There is a picture of a typewriter, and below the picture is the text, add content. If you click on that, it brings up a menu for you to add a video, an event, a blog post, or a discussion. This is the quickest way to add something to the site. It's not the only way, but it's by far the quickest and the simplest. The home page also shows a news feed, member photos, a list of the most active members, and whatever a member has posted recently. Now this is going to be a stretch given what you all just told me. I really want you all to start posting regularly so that I won't always come up as one of the most active members. I'm in that top 3 list a lot, and I know that you all are out doing things, having experiences, meeting people. So toot your own horn. Ladies, don't be shy. Okay. You can also add content from your personal page. This is my personal page. The navigation tabs at the top of the site will help you get to the various pages. And if you click on my page, you'll see your personalized content, your friends, and your latest activities. You will also see your chapter on your page. Chapter's up there someplace. As you can see, one of the last things I did was to post a video from Marjorie's presentation last week.
How'd you get there? How did you get to your, because I keep
Yeah.
trying to find mine and I can't, because I put all kind of information in.
From the homepage.
You get there from the home
Okay, you
page.
see that? These are the navigation tabs. You see
Yeah.
my page?
Is that at the top of the homepage?
Right, it's always at the top of
So
the
it says
site.
my page, okay.
Yeah, my page, just click on that.
Okay.
All right, thank
Okay.
you.
So I jumped the gun a little bit, let me go back. Okay, your profile. If you have not updated your profile since you joined WPN, please have a look at it and revise what's there just to make sure that it's complete. When I first signed up, you know how Chris sends you the form, I just filled in the bare minimum just to get up there. But you should have a look at it and revise it. I revised mine and I filled most of it out just to give people a better idea of who I am. And I mention this because it's easy to overlook if you're not on the site often. Okay, the WPN blog. I blog because that's what I do on my personal and business sites. I'm a former reporter, I like to write. Writing also helps me to establish myself as an authority, so people will be more willing to listen to what I have to say. Blogging also helps your search engine optimization, SEO, which really is a topic for another day. Simply put, it makes it easier for you to be discovered by search engines, which is important for branding and building your business. Google rewards people who create original content, especially if it's content that people respond to by commenting, sharing, and linking to it from an external page. The more of this type of content that you have attached to your name, the better it would be for your search results. So what I did was, I just Googled myself just to see what would come up, and as you can see, my activity on WPN comes up first. Then there's my Facebook business page and my images. Fortunately, there's nothing bad there. So I'm going to stick a pin in that part right now because I don't want to spend a lot of time discussing Google today because it can easily overtake my whole conversation. But if you want more information, you can contact me later. And the last thing that I will say about Google is that Google Plus is a wonderful tool for business. And if anyone's interested, maybe we can discuss this at another talk in the future. Okay. The site lists all the Coffee and Contacts chapters and members. Click on the Coffee and Contacts tab at the top of the page and select chapters, and it will bring up a list of the chapters by state. If you select members, it brings up all the members, and you can click on the photos for more information about the person. And you can even sort this list alphabetically. Say you've been out and you've met another person who's a member, but you didn't get her card. You could go on the website and get her email address and her phone number. So this way we don't have to juggle business cards. I know for myself, I am overrun with business cards, so this is a good benefit. Okay, I'd like to spend my remaining time talking about the educational portions of the site. If you check the very top of the page, you will see navigation tabs. My page, leadership team, Coffee and Contacts, and a few others. And over on the far right, you will see members only. If you click on members only, you will see a drop-down menu listing the resources that are available to you, including the embed code to add a WPN badge to your website as I have done. This is a screenshot from my website, and I just wanted you to see this. That's the badge. It says I'm a member of Women's Power Network.
Okay, wait a minute.
How do you do?
So what? Because I went on
What's
that
a
this
badge?
morning. Yeah.
Right.
So you basically, you just, okay, I'm going to get very technical right now.
Okay.
So, and if you guys need help, so what we see is visually in a website, there's a code behind it that basically builds this, and it's called CSS, whatever, and HTML that builds the structure and the visual of the website. So that code, you could get a snippet, it's called a snippet, and
Right.
you just snip that code, and it's an HTML plus CSS code, and then you go to the back end of your website, you copy and paste that code, and it can come, it depends on whatever the CSS formatting is. Women Networking has formatted it so that it looks and it feels like they're, you know, it has their colors, it has their, so you can put it on your website. Do you use WordPress? What do you use for your website?
I use WordPress.
Yeah, so on your
It's
WordPress
really
you can
simple.
go,
It's plug and play.
yeah, it's a plug and play,
And of
and then you
course-
just,
It's gonna be you and not me. It's just that I pulled it and it's me.
If you
Yeah.
wanted to embed that, say you wanted to take, so if I were to pull up mine, would I see that on the right-hand side? And how do you get that from there to your,
Okay, I worried this was gonna happen.
Okay.
So basically, there's a code that can let you put that on your webpage. I can get back into the rest of it, but I really wanna get through this for now, but
Yeah.
we'll stick a pin in that too. Okay, alright. Oh, and basically, I just wanted to say reciprocity online is very important. And what happens with this is, this identifies you as part of the group, and if somebody clicks on that badge, it will redirect them to the WPN site. And this is important because we need to promote ourselves and our network, and it will lead to greater opportunities for all of us. I make sure to mention WPN whenever I'm out and about, and that's how I became known as our ambassador. I think that's an unofficial title, but I like it. The first section is titled Coffee and Contacts Membership Documents. The embed code is somewhere in here. This section is a combination of administrative information about running the chapter, sign-in forms, contact lists, policies, and procedures. There are also some instructional documents about how to create your 30-second commercial, also known as the elevator speech. For our guests, that's what we do when we first meet, when we go around the table and we say our names and say what we do. That's our elevator speech, or the 30-second commercial. Then you have the 3-minute presentation, and you have the 10-minute presentation that I'm doing right now. 2 minutes?
We have 10 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
We're finishing up and Q&A.
Okay. There is also a primer on how to network called Networking Coffee and Contact Style. Networking does not come easily to everyone, certainly did not come easily to me. But this information helps you to think about how to prepare and how to have responses for questions about who you are, what you do, and what you want to achieve. When you attend any networking event, one of the first things they'll ask you, what do you do? It's a deceptively simple question. Your answer needs to be memorable and it needs to be succinct, and that only comes through preparation. The other information about networking, it will help you hone your approach to networking so that you can operate with the understanding that the purpose of networking is not necessarily to sell anything right on the spot, but rather is to establish a connection that you might be able to develop into a relationship where selling can occur further down the road. No one likes a hard sell, and the last thing you want to do is to come across as too pushy the first time that you meet someone. We've all seen that person shaking everybody's hand, passing out cards to everybody. That's not an effective use of your time. It's better to have a few meaningful conversations and then follow up on those. But whatever approach you choose, have an approach and implement it.
I have to mention just one thing. We went to the, where we all were drinking beer, wherever that was, that beer place. And my husband came with me, and he talked to a woman for 10 seconds, just to be nice and, introduce. She has sent him volumes of information about herself, and he finally had to say, don't send me anything else. And he goes, I'm not going with you anymore, if that's what's gonna happen, because we weren't, it was a friendly gesture, so overselling
Was that the
is.
one a couple months ago?
Yeah, that we were at,
The
yeah.
What's Trending one, where they had the headshots and the drum
Yes, the
circle.
headshots and,
Mhm.
yes.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
Now that's too bad. He's turned off. He doesn't want
He
to
got
be
turned
bothered.
off and he's done, man.
Fortunately, that was a bad first experience.
Yes, and that's what, I know, or just don't talk to anybody.
And that's what I'm saying. You can't meet everybody. Quite frankly, you don't need to meet everybody.
No.
Right.
Just make a few meaningful connections. And I know I don't have to tell you all of this, but don't make a nuisance of yourself. I generally will follow up in the next day so that they remember me, because if you wait too long, they may not remember
That's
you.
true.
So
It's a
I
fine
follow up
line.
with email, and in my email signature, I have all of my contact information, and I leave it alone. If they respond, I will get back to them. If they don't respond, I leave it alone. Okay? Alright. There is also a social media section that includes information on how to use LinkedIn. How many of you knew that WPN has a LinkedIn page and group? Well, we do, and it's awesome. Okay. There is a PowerPoint presentation that explains how to use LinkedIn for your business, and I found it very useful. Like Google+, LinkedIn is a powerful tool for building your business, and through the use of groups, you can contact people even if you're not connected, so long as you are each members of the same group. And I'm not sure how much you all use LinkedIn, but typically if you're not connected to a person, you really can't do much with them. But if you all, and it's not just true of our group, any group that you're on in LinkedIn, you can contact any other member as long as you're each part of the same group. Okay. LinkedIn boasts one of the largest professional networks online, more than 300 million users. So staking out a small corner of that is a very good thing for us. Just like on our WPN site, our LinkedIn group lets you post discussions and promote events. You can see all the members of this group, and next to the names, it will show you what level of connection you have to the person. There is also information about Meetup. Each Coffee and Contacts chapter has a Meetup page, and I have joined several of them just to remain abreast of what's happening in Raleigh each week. Finally, there is a whole section on how to use the website, including several YouTube videos, and if you have time to look over these items, they really go into great detail about how to use the site. It will walk you through step by step depending on how much guidance you need. It's really user friendly. You just get on it and start clicking around and you'll be fine. So that's
calendar.
there is. Oh boy.
Because that's probably the thing I want the most from the site. I want to know what's going on, when, where.
Well, when you first log on, yeah, there is.
On the homepage, it's
Right,
you
see
just have
that?
to keep.
All upcoming events? See that right there?
And that's all individual people just posting something, right?
Right, now, okay, the first part, I don't want to fool with their internet. Yes, this is just, you have to scroll. This screen is limited. But were you to scroll down, the first part is official WP in business. As you scroll down, you'll start seeing what other people have posted. So yes, there is a calendar. Okay?
Whenever you have an event like Debbie, you could post your.
I did.
Oh, good, great.
Debbie is in that top 3 list I checked last night.
Good.
So thank you, Debbie. So that's the end of my prepared comments. I'm happy to take any more questions that anybody has. Questions, comments?
So I'm on the Power Networking. Where do you find the snippet for the?
Go on members only. Go over to the far right when you see members
I see.
only and click on that.
Okay.
And somewhere in that long list, you'll see the embed
That's
code.
all I needed, just a little.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The embed code's awesome. How many of you do your own websites, or do you have somebody you do your own website, Marjorie? Do you feel comfortable going in there and putting in the code? Yeah, so it's cool. And like I said, you paid for a membership, you may as well get all of your benefits. Stick that tag up there. Let people know that you're out and about.
Could you use that in your signature line of like emails or
Yeah.
is it too much?
I think you can. What kind? You have Gmail? You probably can. I'd have to sit and figure it out. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you will know I post everything. And basically, I just want to show people that I'm out and about and I'm doing things. The problem that I have is I have a personal Facebook page and I have a business Facebook page, and I try to keep the two separate because there's relatives that you don't necessarily need in I love, but he's constantly making just comments. And he doesn't mean any harm, so I don't get offended. But I don't necessarily want other people to see what my strange family and friends are saying.
Exactly.
I mean, Debbie, you're on my personal. Did you see what he said about my shoes?
Oh,
I didn't read that.
I was lusting over these shoes, which are like pointy and high and sparkly. And he said something about clicking your heels 3 times. No, he said it. You just said what happens if you click your heels.
What happens?
He went into great detail.
Oh dear.
I was basically like, mind your business. But yeah, so when I'm posting stuff, and I even had to tell him that, I said, what I post is very strategic. I'm not posting just for the heck of posting. There's a reason for it, right? When people Google you, when people Google me, I want them to find, hey, she's doing stuff. Not that I'm on vacation or I'm at a bar. Not that I go to bars. But you have to take control of your digital presence. And that's one way to do it, through strategic posting and blogging. I love blogging. It's free. Everybody has something to say. You have an interest. You have a hobby. You have an expertise. Talk about it.
Just a point on that, I actually read your blog this past week and I was very impressed. I told you this last night.
You did? Thank you.
Your level of writing, and it was just fantastic. The points you made were dead on. She has this wonderful blog about what she learned in 2014. And if you haven't read it, you need to. It was really
Is it on the
very
WPS site?
insightful.
It is.
Yeah, it was very
Over,
insightful.
you see in this section right here, were you to scroll down, these are people's postings.
Okay.
Like, this is, I think this, I don't know what that one is. This is Dory, something up public speaking. This is me right beneath.
Yep.
And I think that is, or
I
maybe
think
that's
that's maybe how I got
Twitter
there.
list, yeah.
I got there somehow, but you can tell you were a writer because
Okay.
it was very
I
well
appreciate
written.
that.
So.
If you have a number of opportunities to blog at different places and different
Right.
sites, would you recommend using this? I mean, obviously writing and time is a challenge. Would you recommend using the same post in different places?
Yeah, link it. This is what I was saying about if you have it on, maybe I didn't say it. Post the same thing every place. Post a link. I point everything back to marlashepard.com. That's my website. So even though I posted it up there, somewhere in there, if you click on it, it's going to take you to my website. So it's the same post. It's just the same information. You're just posting in multiple platforms. I will take a post. I will post it on Twitter. I'll post it on Facebook. And I will also post it up there. It's my content. Why not spread it around?
Are there certain times of day that are better to post than others?
There are. It depends on the platform and it depends on who you're trying to reach. Facebook is the most popular, but Facebook is not necessarily a great site for business. We're all on Facebook because everybody knows about it. It's the most mainstream, but it's not the best site for business. LinkedIn and Google Plus are better. And you do it mostly during business hours because that's when people who work in the office or whoever you're trying to reach, that's when they're at work. So primarily during working hours. And it's, you know, you have to really just get in there and do it and you will learn. I posted something, I use Hootsuite and it allows me to schedule posts. And I made a mistake and I did AM instead of PM. So I had something go out once at like 1 a.m. It got a lot of engagement. And I was like, who's not been working with you?
Yeah. Well, people look at their emails and everything prior to going to work, maybe
But
early.
it was, and I'm ashamed to
I'm
say
sending
it,
out
I was
emails at
up.
11 o'clock at night, ask Nancy.
I
I
do
send
too.
out emails, sometimes I say, oh, just put that in my drafts box because I don't want people to know I'm up sending emails this late. So I'll send it in the morning.
I send stuff at all hours, and I had been working with Debbie, and I warned Debbie, because Debbie's like, I'm a health coach, I can't be up all night fooling around with you. I send stuff when I think about it, because if I don't, I will forget it.
Right.
So I always warn everybody, whenever I start working with someone, I'm like, listen, I'm up all night, don't feel like you have to respond immediately.
Right.
I just have to send things out when I'm thinking about it, but
Right.
you can disregard it until a more decent hour.
Now I'm trying desperately to get off the screen by 10:30.
That never
Yeah.
happens, but if
Doesn't
you
happen.
can, it's
I'm
awesome.
trying desperately.
Yeah, but I heard the beep. I don't want Glenn to get me.
I don't.
Thank you all. Thank you all for paying attention.